Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Ajay Gambhir, Secretary of the Delhi Medical Association and Administrator Vaccine India Data. We are all enjoying and laughing. What has happened? We are trying to protect ourselves because the panic button has been raised. Chief Minister of Delhi has called the director of Gangaram Hospital that why these 30 plus doctors have been infected and what we can do to protect the doctors. And suddenly the news has been broken from AIMS that some faculty member, resident and few students are also positive. They have been partially immunized. This has rung the alarm bell in the ministry. If doctors are positive, who will save the citizens? You know, the vaccination in AIMS was 40%, in government hospital was 50%, and in private hospital it was around 60%. Only few private hospitals like Saroj were crossing 80%. The panic button has been pressed and the order of Delhi government is to stop the schools. The political war which was at the international level has come to domestic level that the states are not getting vaccination. Sir, did any politician went to the hospital to find out what is the situation? Never. The doctors got protective gears as per recommendation of the WHO. I know new strain has come. And we must have known through your advisory, which are bunch of people who were clapping their success. None of them is expert, but we have to share our experience, talk to each other, and work on the principle of partnership for benefit of our citizens. We knew, and this has been told in many YouTube and my interviews on the TV, that virus variant will come. Virus will evolve. We have to monitor it. But where was our monitoring? Our monitoring was on test, admissions, and giving vaccinations. So what was the strain before vaccination? What is the strain after vaccination? Are we doing continuous surveillance? Are we speeding our program? Are we spreading our program? And what is the protection and efficacy of our vaccine before and after that? For that, we need follow-up surveillance, post-marketing studies, which has been my main game, and also noting the adverse event following immunization. Every data is coming from Israel, every data is coming from UK, but why we are lacking? Why we are lacking in staying the data? Some changes do occur in the RNA, we call it mutations, and then we label it that they were variant. But genome sequencing have been happening under the guidance of WHO. Very sorry to say, India had very small number of centers, mainly in Pune, and one or two more in Hyderabad and around Delhi, in Faridabad, where we could do that. They were not properly utilized. And the RNA virus, which has adenosine, uracil, guanine, cytosine, it changes. The molecules in is almost 30,000, and we have to see that there can be change, whether it is a virus coming from the China, which had spread to Europe and America and to India. Now it spread to whole of the world. It's spread in whole of the world. So where is the data coming? Is virus changing? Were we following it? The initiative was taken by the UK by forming the global repository, global genome repository, and they were first to find out that there have been shifting, there have been genome modification by the virus, and we have to continuously map the genome. How does it help? Because once we find out, then I have to change my diagnostic kit. The UK people were first to change our diagnostic kits, and and they could find out that in spite of the vaccine, in spite of the social distances, in spite of the hand washing and every protection, the COVID was alarm in one area of the Kent, and then there is the alarm. But this alarm we did not took any message until and unless this Kent strain or the European strain had spread to a lot of other European country. WHO has pressurized us to follow the passengers who are coming from Europe and America, and to do that. Yes, till September only 5,000 samples were done by Government of India for genome sequencing, while in UK almost 1,50,000 samples were screened for variants and mutations. So this is the gap. The number of COVID patients in India is much more than the UK. As we did not have any reagent, because they were issue of imports, they were issues of the custom duties. We never had cold chain storage facilities in the states, and so as to the transfer also, because that storage facility has to be at the -20 to -80 to keep this sample and to further go for genome sequences. I am glad that government has woken at last, and around September, December, we have from 2-3 places now, at least at 25 places, we can do the genome sequences. The genome changes in India were never told to us, they were shared to professional body, never shared to civil society, the N440K or N484E. So they were the earlier modification which we were getting in India, but we were not able to do that. I must tell you, and I'm happy to announce that like the global surveillance program which was started in the UK, the Global Genome Repository GISAD, the Government of India has also started the India Consortium Centralized Genomic Surveillance Program, what we call is INSA, COG. So India surveillance program has been started, so we need not worry. Maybe we are slightly late in starting. As you know, we are more of a follower, not of a researcher, and we are not data. I've been asking for last 1 year to share the data with the civil society, professional body, and to the press, so that we can help the Government of India and give new ideas. So it is the time for us to increase the so-called the consultative mechanism. The Prime Minister has been asking for representation of the civil societies, new scientists, retired scientists, people from different area, walk of the life. But I see a lot of blockage in Government of India, Government of Delhi, and with the Niti Aayog. It is the time to see that we advocate, we pressurize them to open their mind, open their ears, look at the eyes, and look at the futuristic issues which are coming to India. We cannot allow Indians to suffer. And if we have a technology, if we have a skill to do that, the government should have will to do that. So let's join hands and see to it that civil society representation improves and the data comes and every information is shared. Thank you very much.